ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Yes, good afternoon to all of you. Continuation to the last class. What is the structure of the ventricle? Already in the previous class we are discussed the structure about the both sides of the atria. Again, what is the structure of ventricle and what type of the structures may be present inside of each and every ventricle means, just assume this is the right side of atria, this is the right side of atria, this is the left side of atria, again this is the right side of ventricle, this is the left side of ventricle. So definitely both the sides of the ventricles are separated from each other by a wall that is said to be as the interventricular septum. Internally, both the sides of the ventricles are separated from each other by a transverse septum that is said to be as the interventricular septum. This is made up of with thick muscle. Definitely this is made up of with a very thick muscle. Interatrial septum is made up of with a thin muscle. Interventricular septum is made up of with a thick muscle. Atrioventricular septum is made up of with a thick fibrous connective tissue. Very important, these three septas. Interatrial septum is made up of with a thin muscle, that is the thin muscular septum. Atrioventricular septum is made up of with fibrous connective tissue, that is a thick fibrous septum. Interventricular septum is made up of with thick muscle. This is the very thick muscular septum. Again, right atria is opens into right ventricle through a opening. This opening is guarded with a tricuspid valve. Similarly, left atria is opens into left ventricle by a opening. This opening is guarded with a bicuspid valve or mitral valve. We are discussing in the last class. This is the tricuspid valve. This is the bicuspid valve. This is the bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Definitely from the right atria, blood flows into right ventricle, means tricuspid valve allows flow of the blood from the right atria into right ventricle only, but prevent the reverse flow of blood. Similarly, bicuspid valve or the mitral valve allows the flow of the blood from the left atria into left ventricle only and prevent the reverse flow of blood. Again, in both the sides of the ventricles, in both the sides of the ventricles also, whatever the muscular ridges which may be projected into cavity from the both sides of the walls of ventricle, that kind of the muscular ridges are said to be as the columnae carneae or trabecular carneae. These are said to be as the columnae carneae or trabecular carneae. Definitely from the both sides of the walls of ventricle, whatever the muscular ridges which may be projected into the cavity, that kind of the muscular ridges are said to be as the columnae carneae or trabecular carneae. Of this columnae carneae, few columns are long and conical in shape. That kind of the long conical shaped structures are said to be as papillary muscle. These are said to be as the papillary muscle. Certain columnae carneae are long and conical in shape. That kind of the long and conical shaped muscle or long and conical shaped columnae carneae is said to be as the papillary muscle. Definitely between the papillary muscle and bicuspid and tricuspid wall, between the papillary muscles and tricuspid and bicuspid wall, like this. These are the papillary muscles, these are the papillary muscle. In both the sides of the ventricles also, certain columnae carneae are conical in shape, they are very long. They are said to be as the papillary muscle. Between the papillary muscles and tricuspid and bicuspid wall, whatever the cord-like structure which is extends between the tricuspid valve and papillary muscle, between the bicuspid valve and papillary muscle, whatever the cord-shaped structure which is extends, that is said to be as the chorda tendineae. That is said to be as the chorda tendineae. Just assume these are the columnae carneae. These are all columnae carneae. Of this columnae carneae, few columnae carneae are long. They are cone-like. That kind of the cone-like long columnae carneae is said to be as the papillary muscle. That between the papillary muscles and tricuspid and bicuspid wall, whatever the cord-shaped structure which may be extends, that kind of the structure is said to be as the chorda tendineae. What is the use of the chorda tendineae means? Chorda tendineae always prevent too far bulging of valves into atria. For example, just assume this is the tricuspid valve. This is located like this. This is the atria. This is the tricuspid valve. Whenever ventricle is contracted with high pressure, during that there may be chances to easily move this tricuspid valve into the atria. So if it is occurs, reverse flow of blood is occurs, reverse flow of blood from the right ventricle into right atria is occurs, then immediately person may be leads to death. So that only to prevent too far bulging of tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve during ventricular contraction, this chorda tendineae a lot useful. To prevent that kind of the too far bulging of tricuspid and bicuspid valves into the atrias, this chorda tendineae are a lot useful. How they may be useful means, always chorda tendineae pulls this tricuspid and bicuspid valves to the down. Always they may be pulls to down. By that way, tricuspid and bicuspid valves may be moves upward with exact position. By that way, there is no chance to penetrate into the atria. So definitely this chorda tendineae useful to prevent too far bulging of tricuspid and bicuspid valves into the atrias from ventricle. Definitely this chorda tendineae always pulls this tricuspid and bicuspid valves to down. By that way they move slowly to upward. By that way exactly they may be reaches their position during ventricular contraction. By that way there is no chance to too far bulges into atrias. Next, from the right atria, from the right atria, what is the aortic branch which is arises? From the left atria, what is the branch which is arises? Means from the left atria, whatever the branch which is arises, that is said to be as the aortic arch. This is said to be as the aortic arch. From the left ventricle, whatever the big blood vessel which is gets arises, that is said to be as the aortic arch. Similarly, from the right ventricle, whatever the blood vessel which is arises, that is said to be as the pulmonary arch. This is said to be as the pulmonary arch or pulmonary trunk. This is said to be as the aortic arch. Definitely at the base of pulmonary arch, whatever the valve which is present, that valve is said to be as the pulmonary valve. That is said to be as the pulmonary valve. Here also whatever the valve is present, that valve is said to be as the aortic valve. This is also called as the systemic arch. This is the systemic arch. Definitely at the base of this aortic arch or the systemic arch, whatever the valve which is present, that is said to be as the aortic valve. At the base of this pulmonary arch, this opening of the pulmonary arch is guarded with the pulmonary valve. Opening of the aortic arch is guarded with the aortic valve. These two valves are together called as semilunar. Valves are SL valves. Definitely pulmonary valve, aortic valves together called as semilunar valve or SL valve. Means this pulmonary valve always allows flow of the blood from the right ventricle into pulmonary arch and prevent the reverse flow of blood. Definitely this kind of the pulmonary valve is present like this. This pulmonary valve is present like this. Whenever ventricle is contracted, blood is pumped into the pulmonary arch. During that the is gets open. But whenever the ventricle is in relaxation, whenever blood is tries to reversely flow, this valve is closes like this. If ventricle is contracted, pressure is exerted, then this valve is open, allows the blood from the right ventricle into pulmonary arch. Whenever the ventricle is in relaxation, definitely whenever the blood from the pulmonary arch tries to reversely flow, immediately they may be gets closes. Means pulmonary valve always allows flow of the blood from the right ventricle into the pulmonary arch. Similarly, aortic valve also allows the flow of the blood from left ventricle into the aortic arch or the systemic arch and prevent the reverse flow of the blood. In that way, SL valves always allows the pumping of the blood from the ventricle into respective side of the arches only. They prevent the reverse flow of the blood. Again, this aortic arch and systemic arch, aortic arch and pulmonary arch are connected with each other by a ligament in adult stage, that is said to be as the ligamentum arteriosum. That is said to be as the ligamentum arteriosum. Aortic arch and pulmonary arch and aortic arch, both of them are connected with each other in an adult stage with a ligament, that is said to be as the ligamentum arteriosum. Ligamentum arteriosum is remnant of ductus botalli or ductus caroticus blood vessel. What is the ductus botalli or ductus caroticus means? During the embryonic development, on or before lungs are becomes functional, from the pulmonary arch, blood is directly pumped into the systemic arch through a blood vessel. During the embryonic development, on or before lungs are becomes functional, from the pulmonary arch directly, blood is pumped into the aortic arch. Such blood vessel is said to be as the ductus caroticus or ductus botalli. After the delivery, after lungs becomes functional, this ductus botalli blood vessel is closes and it is remains as a patch, that is said to be as the ligamentum arteriosum. This is also called as the ductus caroticus or ductus botalli. Definitely this ductus botalli or ductus caroticus, whenever it is gets closes, a patch is finally remain. That patch is said to be as the ligamentum arteriosum. So that only we can say ligamentum arteriosum is remnant of ductus botalli or ductus caroticus blood vessel. Next, what is the nodal tissue which is present in the heart of the person? What is the nodal tissue which is present in the heart of the person for conducting of heart information? Next one is the nodal tissue. Nodal tissue. So what is the nodal tissue means? About 1% of cardiac muscle which is present in the heart wall gets modified into auto-excitable. Auto-excitable. What is the meaning of the auto-excitable? Without receiving external stimuli, if it can be involved in the generation of action potential for beginning of the heartbeat, then that is said to be as the auto-excitable. So definitely auto-excitable nothing but without receiving external stimuli, if this part is involved in the generation of action potential for getting the beginning of the heartbeat, such area is said to be as the auto-excitable center. Definitely nodal tissue nothing but about 1% of total cardiac muscle, about 1% of total cardiac muscle, that 1% of cardiac muscle becomes as auto-excitable, that is responsible for the generation of action potential for conducting of, for beginning of the heartbeat and for getting the heartbeat continuation also. So in that way, nodal tissue is with auto-excitable nature, that is responsible for the generation of action potential for the heartbeat beginning, that is responsible for conducting of information throughout the heart wall. Again, in the case of the nodal tissue, what are the sites which are present means, just assume this is the right atria, this is the left atria, this is the ventricle, this is the right atria, this is the left atria, this is right ventricle, this is the left ventricle. In the right atria, on right corner, this is the right corner. In the right atria on right corner, whatever the cardiac muscular node which is present, whatever the cardiac muscle node which is present, that cardiac muscle node is said to be as the sinoatrial node or SA node. This is also called as the SA node or sinoatrial node. On the right side of, on the right corner of right atria, whatever the cardiac muscle node which is present, that is said to be as the sinoatrial node or the SA node. This is the principal site for generation of action potential for beginning of heartbeat, for continuation of the heartbeat arithmetically. So definitely this is the principal site for generation of action potential without receiving external stimuli. Definitely this is the auto-excitable. This is the auto-excitable in nature. Means without receiving external stimuli, that can itself activate, that can itself involve in the generation of the action potential, that is the impulse for beginning of the heartbeat, for continuation of the heartbeat. So that only this SCA node is said to be as the pacemaker. This is said to be as the pacemaker. What is the pacemaker means? The site of the heart which is responsible for generation of action potential spontaneously, which is responsible for continuation of the heartbeat, that kind of the site is said to be as the pacemaker. Without receiving external stimuli, spontaneously itself involved in the generation of action potential for beginning of the heartbeat, for continuation of the heartbeat. So that one it is said to be as the pacemaker. Again, at what rate action potentials are generated from the SCA node for the continuation of the heartbeat means for every 0.6 seconds one action potential is gets generated from the SCA node spontaneously. As a result of this, about 70 to 75 times heart is gets beats with this rate of action potential generation. Averagely heartbeat rate is 72 times per minute. Definitely, what is the average heartbeat rate of the person? Means about 72 times per minute is the average heartbeat rate of the person. So if this kind of the SCA node can able to generate action, one action potential for. Next, second part of nodal tissue is the atrioventricular node or AV node. So where that AV node is located means AV node is located in left corner of right atria near to the atrioventricular septum. Near to the atrioventricular septum, near to the atrioventricular septum, in left corner of right atria, whatever the muscle tissue which is present, that is said to be as the atrioventricular node or the AV node. This is acts as relay station. This is the second pacemaker. Whenever it is acts as the relay station means, as long as sinoatrial node is in working, this atrioventricular node is useful to conduct information onto the both sides of the ventricle in a such way that is acts as the relay station. As long as this SCA node is in working, definitely AV node is acts as the relay station, means it conduct the information onto the both sides of the walls of ventricle without getting any effect. In a such way that is acts as the relay station. Whenever it is acts as the second pacemaker means due to any reason, if the SCA node is becomes non-functional, then only this atrioventricular node is acts as the second pacemaker. Means whenever this SCA node becomes non-functional, AV node involving the generation of action potential without receiving external stimuli for continuation of the heartbeat. In absence of the SCA node, AV node becomes as active. It starts generation of action potential without receiving external stimuli for continuation of the heartbeat. In that particular time, it is acts as the second pacemaker. Then if the AV node is involved in the generation of action potential, then what would be the heartbeat rate of the person? Means during that only 40 to 60 times per minute heartbeat appears in the case of the person whenever the atrioventricular node acts as the pacemaker. Again, from the atrioventricular node, whatever the bundle which arises from the atrioventricular node into the ventricle, whatever the muscle bundle which arises, that muscle bundle is said to be as the AV bundle. That is said to be as the AV bundle or atrioventricular bundle. That is said to be as the AV bundle. Atrioventricular bundle, nothing but muscle bundle which maybe arises from the atrioventricular node, that is said to be as the AV bundle or atrioventricular bundle. Soon after, that maybe gets divided into two branches. That kind of the muscle bundle gets divided into two branches. That branches are said to be as the bundle branches. These are said to be as the bundle branches. AV bundle gets divided into two branches. They are said to be as the bundle branches. From each and every bundle branches, fine fibers are arises. That fine fibers later gets projected into walls of that side of ventricle. From that kind of the bundle branches, definitely whatever the long muscle fibers which may be arises, which may be innervated into both sides of the walls of ventricle, that fibers are said to be as the Purkinje fibers. These are said to be as the Purkinje fibers. Means from the bundle branches, long fibers which may be arises, which may be innervated into the walls of both sides of ventricle, such fibers are said to be as the Purkinje fibers. This bundle branches, Purkinje fibers, together called as bundle of His. This is said to be as the bundle of His. Bundle branches, Purkinje fibers, both of them together called as the bundle of His. Definitely this is the bundle branch, this is the Purkinje fibers. Both of them together constitute the bundle of His. Again in this case, whatever the Purkinje fibers which are present, they are long, they are with the few myofibrils, they are with the numerous gap junctions. Among that kind of the Purkinje fibers, more and more number of the gap junctions are present for rapid exchange of calcium. As a result of this Purkinje fibers very fastly conduct the information onto the both sides of the walls of ventricle. They are very long. They are with a few myofibrils. Numerous gap junctions are present among them. With these characteristic features, this Purkinje fibers can fastly conduct information onto the both sides of the walls of ventricle. Definitely in this case, due to any reason, atrioventricular node is also becomes a non-functional. If in the case both the sinoatrial node is becomes a non-functional, atrioventricular node is becomes a non-functional, during that this AV bundle branches, Purkinje fibers also spontaneously starts generation of action potential for continuation of the heartbeat. Due to any reason SCA node, AV node are becomes non-functional, definitely AV bundle branches, Purkinje fibers spontaneously becomes active. They involve in the generation of action potential for continuation of the heartbeat. But by the involvement of these nodal tissue, what would be the heartbeat means? Only 20 to 35 times per minute. Only 20 to 35 beats per minute may be appears in the case of the heart of the person. If this AV bundle branch Purkinje fibers are involved in the generation of action potential for the continuation of heartbeat. Whenever the person's heartbeat is decreases to 20 to 30 times per minute, definitely in that particular case, if we can arrange as artificial pacemaker, then definitely it is a lot helpful to that person to save the life of the person. Means whenever the heartbeat is decreases to 20 to 35 times per minute, in that particular time, if we can diagnose that, if we can arrange a artificial pacemaker to that person, definitely that is a lot helpful to bring back the heartbeat rate of the person to the normal, that is the 72 times per minute. Before going to the artificial pacemaker, what is the sequence of conduction of action potential through the nodal tissue? Very, very important in the NEET examination point of view. Sequence of conduction of action potential, sequence of conduction of action potential in nodal tissue or through nodal tissue. Through nodal tissue, what is the sequence of